Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 10. We're in double digits on Hermitcraft season 6, and I would say, as far as 10 episodes go, we have done pretty well in terms of all the things that we've worked on and all the builds that we've completed. Obviously, we've done the end busting, we've built up the base, we've built up the bunker, we've got all sorts of different farms, we've got all the shops in the shopping district. We've done a decent amount. I'm feeling pretty positive about it, but hopefully by the end of this episode, by the end of episode 10, all of this will be finished. That's mildly terrifying. I mean, for anyone who watched the video where I worked on this thing, you will know that there is quite a lot of resources in this thing, right? Let's... Dearest Hermit, you thought you could escape... Oh no, the convex have returned to this new world. You thought wrong. You have been banished by the convex from the main Hermitcraft Isle. You have 1 week to pack your stuff up and get out. Oh... Oh no. Oh, I have to pack this up. How can I pack this up? Imagine the size of the pack I would need to pack this. Unless, of course, I'm not on the main Hermitcraft Isle. Am I on the... No, I guess I'm on my own isle. This is my isle. Leave me out of this. Anyway, all that aside, the first thing we have to do is... well, I never. I see how it is. Mr. Good Times and Scar, member of the convex. Anyway, the idea was to repair up my shovel, which I've done very, very quickly, thanks to Iskal's farm. Much, much quicker than my terrible XP grinder down there. Right, let's get tons of shulker boxes filled with sand. But first, does anyone sell ender chests? I imagine either Tango or Python sell ender chests. Let's see. So, we have got... Okay, this is just shulker boxes. Come on, this has got to be the one. Rockets... Elytra 30 diamonds. He's put up the price, by the way. And shulker boxes. 2 for 8. God, I really got ripped off when I first bought mine, didn't I? Well, whatever, because I still have my ender chest that I actually got from end busting the other day. I brought a ton of diamonds to buy one as well. That would have been foolish. I had no idea about these places. Gravelly mountains. Is this a new thing, or have they always been a thing? Either way, I'm making the most of this. Oh yeah, I should mention, my idea is that I'm going to stock up with tons upon tons of resources. We're going to fill one shulker box with gravel, which I'm actually nearly done on, and then we're going to fill up the other 5 with sand, so that we have plenty of resources to finish up this project. My shovel is taking a serious beating in today's episode, so we're going to have to start repairing again, and I really wish I had some form of sweeping edge on my sword, because that would make life so much easier. Even still though, this thing is so fast! And loud. It's very loud. Minecraft is always decently dangerous at night, but something about deserts is extra especially dangerous. I mean, the number of times I've just mined sand and then something's fallen through and tried to kill me. It's mildly terrifying. There we go, we have just about managed it. So that is shulker box, shulker box, shulker box, shulker box, shulker box, and then a shulker box of gravel. Fantastic, let's make our way back over to the base. The old super smelter has had a tiny bit of an upgrade here. We have got some extra storage in and extra storage out. So this should give us enough space to actually leave this thing running. How has that gotten in there? That is very peculiar. But anyway, we have 28 blocks of coal left. We might need a little bit more, but I'm going to load up this thing to the brim, and then I'm going to go AFK overnight, and that should hopefully smelt all the way through, and then we'll have plenty of glass ready to finish up our gigantic project tomorrow morning. And I'm back, and by the look of things, we have done it. All of these furnaces have smelted out, and actually, I kind of want to check out how many slime balls we have. And open sesame. Yes, we have got plenty of slime balls. Now, I know that Iskal is dealing with a lot of the slime ball production, but it helps to have plenty more to put in our shop. Right, now that that's done, it's time to pop through into the nether and do a nether quartz mining session, because we still need plenty of that stuff to fill in these central areas with the new design, and also do the rest of the quartz templates that go around the outside, because as you can see, I mean, there's lots of quartz in this build. So in today's super fast time-lapse chat, I just want to start things off by saying that Iskal's video of his end busting sort of didn't work on YouTube. I don't know what was happening with YouTube, But by the sound of things, it released on his channel, but didn't release to sub boxes. People had to actively search for the video, but the video didn't have any title or thumbnail, which is very strange. So he took it down and he's re-uploaded it, and I think it just released either yesterday or today. But please do check it out on Iskal's channel, because it's such a shame when stuff like that happens. Occasionally YouTube can mess up and cause issues, and we worked hard on that episode, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it, so please do check it out. But also, during this time-lapse chat, I just want to talk to you about my bunker, because a lot of the farms in the bunker have been taken out. The chicken farm had way too many chickens in it and was causing too much lag, so that's been removed. And also the AFK fish farm has been removed. And also my melon and pumpkin farm never worked, so that's going to get removed. So I'm going to have to completely redo that place. I think the melon and pumpkin farm, I think we'll swap that out for a more efficient design, like the ones that I recently showcased with the observers in a Redstone video. But as far as the AFK fish farm is concerned, I don't like AFK fishing. So I've concluded that with this season, I'm not going to AFK fish. So we need to replace that with something. And I'm struggling to think of small-scale farms. I know that sounds ridiculous. So please do let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Well, that has gone extremely well. But the issue is that we are about 2,000 blocks away. And navigating the nether is always a little bit terrifying. I don't know how I've managed it, but I've managed it. And with only 3 pieces of roasted chicken left to spare. I was kind of a bit fine there. So that's 1 shulker box and then 1.5 shulker boxes. So we're going to convert all of that into blocks, then convert all of those blocks into slabs, and I'm going to shoot round and finish up everything that needs finishing in terms of quartz on our massive structure. Oh, that's heart-wrenching. That is a little bit on the heart-wrenching side. Where has that happened? Where have we extended by a block? Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. Turns out I actually made a mistake in the previous episode where I only built this first section 6 blocks long. So we just have to stick on an extra slab at the end of all of these, making their way all the way around. Turns out it was actually the one that I built in a recent episode that was incorrect. I had somehow managed to miscount the number of blocks on the first segment. Ugh. So that's now all fixed. So now we have all of the templates in place. Now it's time to actually start filling these things in. So the first thing we have to do is we need to take out all of the packed ice that we placed in the previous episode, because that's really ugly, and then do the concrete outline and then the quartz on the inside with the sea lanterns sticking down. I think that's my personal favourite. We built it in the testing world and it looked really good, so let's give that a go. I also just want to say big thank you for all of the suggestions that I got in that episode. It was really helpful to read through all your responses, and I'm going to be taking a few of them forward. Also, now that I'm looking at this, yeah, I should really be using my Silk Touch pickaxe. Okay, let's have a look at this then. So, we have replaced all of the compressed ice. We now have quartz. And that looks a lot cooler. That looks way cooler than the compressed ice. I actually quite like the shadows it's creating. Yeah, that looks really good. I don't know what's going on with that water, though. I don't think there's anything that I can do about it. I think it's just a visual thing. Yeah, because as I get closer, it seems to be going away. But no, this looks really good. Okay, much better. Let's do it in all of the other sections. Just the final few slabs of quartz now, and that will be all of this completed. Okay, so now it is time for the big bit. This is kind of the part that I've been not necessarily putting off. I haven't been putting it off, but we need to get all of these blocks in. This does look magical though, doesn't it? Like, this is a crazy looking area, and for this not to be the center of my base, it is just a build. I can't wait to get more things popping up around it. It's going to be so cool. So, first things first, it's time to wrap all of the concrete around. Now, I have to make sure that I am actually doing this correctly, but I think it is just, yeah, you just follow the inside outline. How much have I actually got left? 3 stacks, but we've got a decent amount in all of the shulker boxes. You see, the thing that I didn't really think of when it came to working in concrete is that it's actually a bit of a pain in the backside to get. And this might be one of the first bases that I've ever built where I'm building in a block, well, I'm building in blocks that are actually quite difficult to source. So we're building in quartz, That's a pain. And obviously the concrete, you have to get sand, you have to get gravel, you then have to craft them together with some form of dye, and then you need to place them inside water and then break them in the water to turn them into the concrete blocks. It's actually quite a long process. I mean, my base in Hermitcraft Season 5, that was made purely out of something that I was getting fully automatically. That made life quite a lot easier. Right, I've just been hit off by a phantom and I want to see if I can take him. I mean, I've got to eat first, but I am yet to have an arrow. Where are my arrows? I always have arrows on me! No! I can't believe this! That's so frustrating. For the entire time that I didn't have a bow, I always had arrows in my inventory for some reason, and then the one time where I actually have a bow on me, no arrows. Now, just to give you a rough idea of scale of this place, I'm just coming around to the end here, and so far in today's episode, we have used 24 stacks of hardened concrete, or, well, I guess it would be... so 20 stacks of hardened concrete, and as you can probably see by looking around, we haven't really used that much hardened concrete in the grand scheme of things. If you actually look at this thing, it doesn't look like there's much hardened concrete in here. Like, it's literally just outlines of things. Now, I have my fingers very crossed. We could do with a lot more stone than that. I'm really hoping that we have some. No. 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 Some. Oh, we need so much more than that, though. That is throwing a right spanner in the works there. I'm just interested to see how much this stone actually covers. And you know what? It did actually a better job than I was expecting. So that was almost a full inventory of stone, and we have covered all of this, and then some of this one. Alright, okay, well, I guess... I mean, there's nothing that we can do. I'm gonna have to go out on a stone mining session. Can you believe it? I suppose now that I think about it, we're only on episode 10. It's kind of expected that I wouldn't have those sorts of resources lying around in large quantities. I don't know why I'm complaining. Well, I mean, stone mining sessions, they can also be quite helpful if you're doing them at the right level. That is 5 diamonds, and no more around. I was kind of expecting 8. I don't know why. Right, now we're all sorted for stone. So you know what? I think I'm actually going to do this in the form of a third-person time-lapse. It's actually been quite a long time since we've done any form of building time-lapse. So I'm going to fill in all the stone. We're going to fill in all of the glass as well. And that will be this entire structure all fully finished. So in the second super fast time-lapse chat of today's Hermitcraft episode, I thought I would talk to you about my running experience because, you know, as you guys know, I've recently picked up long distance running. I actually have a 10k run booked in for September the 18th, I think, sometime in September. It's actually, it's not very long away, and I've hit an issue. So I ran home from my studio just the other day in the dark, and I think I might have, well, I say just the other day, it was probably about a week and a half ago, and I stepped badly on the pavement because it was dark, I couldn't really see, and you keep your head up when you're running, you don't look down, so I kind of semi-rolled my ankle a little bit, and it was okay. I mean, it took about 3 days to heal up, but then from there, my back is killing me, my knees are killing me, everything seems to have just completely deteriorated, and I actually can't run. Like, I can't run for more than maybe 10 meters before having to stop because my knees are in so much pain. And I want to know if this is particularly odd. I've done some research online, but no one seems to have the same problems that I have. So I thought, with the 700,000 people that seem to be watching these Hermitcraft episodes, there's got to be at least a few runners out there that can help me. Because yeah, I'm really struggling, and it's really bad. So my race 10k is in a month. And at the minute, I can't even run 10 meters, let alone 10,000. So I could be in a little bit of trouble here. And here we are. One fully completed. I can't even fit it in my screen. I literally can't fit it in my field of view right now. Let's go full Quake Pro. It still doesn't fit really. There it is. So that is the design all done, and I am very interested to see what this thing looks like if we jump off and fly around. As I say, I'm making full use of my new Elytra abilities. It looks totally ridiculous. It's so crazy. That is a crazy build. I wonder if Grian can actually see my base. Let's see. So Grian is, I think he's west from me. Yeah, so he should be somewhere over here. Is Grian able to see my base from his base? Kind of want to check this out. I think, yeah, okay, so there's Grian's base. So I'm tempted to see what he's seeing on the horizon. Yeah. He can see my spaceship. That literally looks like something out of Independence Day. That is so totally stupid. Anyway, now that that's all done, now we need to start work on the sides and also the top of this thing. It's all well and good just having a gigantic disc that is looking very pretty. What we actually need to do now is do all of the other bits and pieces. And I have to say, I mean, I'm kind of struggling for ideas for both. I have no clue how to do the sides. Well, I guess the first thing that we have to do is we have to place in all of the quartz slabs which go around, because obviously we've got the quartz slabs that are kind of like on the underside, down at the bottom here. Then we have got the concrete which is going around the true middle of the circle. So I suppose we just have to mirror what we have going on up the top. So the quartz would be, and I've got to be very careful with this, 1, 2, 3. So they've got to be in line with that sea lantern there, creating a full circle. Now thankfully doing this has given me plenty of time to think about the design that I want to create, and I think I've come up with something that I quite like and should also put our packed ice to good use. So what I want to do is we're going to place concrete on top of all of these blocks, so this will be a little bit thicker, and then we'll have 2 layers of packed ice here, and then we'll have this concrete, which I think in the future I'm actually going to swap out for either quartz or iron blocks when we get enough iron. And then we'll have concrete on the underside of all of this quartz, and then we'll have the 2 layers of packed ice right there. But I'm just curious to see, how does this look with its thicker band? Because we haven't actually seen it with the thick band yet. Okay, it's looking, yeah, more substantial. That's good. And now that we have some of the packed ice in and all of the other blocks, I think it could end up actually looking quite good. I mean, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm hoping that it just looks spaceshipy. Again, we're going for the kind of spaceship vibes here. And yeah, that looks really cool. It's a really, like, in terms, I don't know how to describe. I don't know how to do, it's almost like a mixture of, it's almost like a mixture of all of my bases. Hang on. And you know what? This thing looks even cooler in the daylight. Yeah, that looks so much cooler. I mean, I wouldn't mind leaving some of it up to suggestion. I'm sure there is probably a way that I can improve that, though. Now that I'm looking at it, it does look a little bit beefy on the other side. Maybe we could pull the packed ice a little bit further out so they're not kind of so far set back. I mean, they're only 1 block set back. But that does look... Yeah, as I say, it looks like a spaceship. I mean, it's definitely futuristic. It's much more futuristic than I was expecting it to be. And actually, now that I'm flying in, I've just remembered I need to fix in that. I'm fairly certain it's broken like that. Is it over there? No. But it is on that side, I think. Now, while we're at it, when it comes to all the designing things, I've actually been doing a little bit of thinking about the top section. Because, you know, originally we were going to have it kind of wild and free and going up and down like this. Oh, but I've been thinking, and I am really struck because so much has changed with this design while we've been building it, just because that's kind of how these projects go. I almost feel like I don't want to have crazy terrain that looks wild. I almost want it, because this is such a futuristic build, for it to be kind of all perfectly made glass. And we could even have like a Oh, I do like the look of mazes. Like, we could create like almost like a labyrinth in the 4 quarters, and then my storage system is going to be heading in all 4 directions. Yeah. And then we have maze as decoration, or even some form of... I mean, I wasn't really planning on having any farms, but maybe we could have some farms, or we could leave them see-through because we have water, so it looks quite cool it being transparent. So maybe we could create some kind of crazy glass setup. Gosh, I'm struggling here. I might have to leave all of this up to you guys down in the comment section, to be frankly honest. Because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually all I've got time for today. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode on the Hermitcraft server. I think to mix things up a little bit in the next episode, we probably won't do any work on this thing because I know, you know, it's a lot of circle building and a lot of just general block placing and resource gathering, so it takes quite a long time. So we might mix things up. But anyway, I really do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.